Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome to a new edition of our program, Africa Today. In today's edition, we are going to talk about Labor Day celebration, which was yesterday, the 1st of May, especially in the African continent. And we'll start with this report where in a speech marking Labor Day, President Sisi on Saturday said he appreciates all Egyptians, male and female workers, on their efforts to foster the development process. More in the following report.
Saying he appreciates Egyptian male and female workers on their distinguished efforts to foster the development process, El-Sisi marked May Day on Saturday. In the televised speech, he said the Egyptian workers are the real wealth of the nation and the engine of development. He said since the launch of the development process in the past few years, the Egyptians have set an example for promoting the value of work, which stemmed from their keenness on building a homeland with dignity despite the great challenges that the country faced. He said Egyptian workers are capable to continue the development process to build a better future. He also called on Egyptian workers to train on the use of information technology, technological applications, artificial intelligence, and automation.
In Africa, new variants are causing growing concern in the African continent. This came as experts said specialized staff and materials are needed for genomic sequencing. More details in the following report by Samah Sharif.
Experts believe the spread of new coronavirus variants in Africa has contributed to an increase in both cases and deaths reported in many countries on the continent. There is also concern that these variants can't easily be tracked because the testing required to identify them isn't widely available. Most countries on the continent have experienced a second wave of the pandemic, and some, such as Kenya, Egypt, and Tunisia, have seen a third wave. This new wave of infections is thought to be partly associated with the emergence of some variants that are more transmissible. Uganda is the first country on the continent to confirm the presence of a variant first identified in India late last year. It was identified in a sample taken from a traveler from India in late March. The WHO says preliminary analysis shows this variant has had a higher growth rate than other circulating variants in India, suggesting potential increased transmissibility. A new variant of the virus emerged in South Africa last year and contributed to record case numbers in the southern African region, according to the World Health Organization. South Africa has had the most cases on the continent.
The Ministry of Electricity said Egypt is working towards enhancing electrical interconnection project with other countries. More in the following story.
Such projects and its positive impact on different sectors, according to the Ministry of Electricity. Officials said the electrical interconnection projects between countries have many benefits, including technical, economic, environmental, social, political, and legal. They further added that such projects play an important role in promoting energy security and increasing the use of renewable energy on the medium and long terms. They said Egypt is connected electrically with neighboring countries in the east with Jordan, west with Libya, and south with Sudan, adding that Egypt has currently finalized studying a connection with Iraq through Jordan, in addition to the ongoing linkage project with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, through which Egypt will be linked to the Gulf countries and Asia. They also said that the electrical connection between the continents of Africa and Europe will serve to absorb the huge electrical energies that will be produced from renewable energy sources in Africa.
And to shed more light on the occasion of May Day, we are joined over the phone by Mr. Raouf Ghaffar, our economic expert. Mr. Ghaffar, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, my dear.
Mr. Ghaffar, marking May Day comes amid the coronavirus pandemic for the second consecutive year, unfortunately. How would you describe the impact of the pandemic on the workers globally?
Unfortunately, workers, as our president rightly said, are the foundation for any development, are the prime mover for any
Yes.
advancement and development. So the COVID-19 unfortunately affected a lot of businesses,
Yes.
which automatically affects the workers. So they are, in my humble opinion, the category of people that suffered most. And a lot of them lost their jobs, a lot of them are half paid, a lot of them who are not working regularly have been sometimes compensated and sometimes not. I mean, they have suffered, still do, unfortunately, but this is a worldwide situation. I mean, but thank God, the decision of our Egyptian government and our Egyptian leadership was very wise. We continued our production. The wheel of the economy has been rolling,
Yes.
and some have lost part of their jobs
Yes.
or part of their income, but most of them continued and are still working, and we have seen a lot of projects coming up, a lot of projects undergoing,
Yes.
giving job opportunities to a lot of workers, and it has been noticed even that the unemployment rate came down from 13-14% to 6-7%, which means that work is going and job opportunities are still there, and workers are doing a great job.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Ghaffar, in his remarks marking May Day, President Sisi, I do believe that we did lose Mr. Ghaffar. I do believe that we have lost contact with our dear guest, Mr. Rauf Ghaffar. And indeed, in his remarks marking May Day, President Sisi said that he actually appreciates the Egyptian male and female workers on their distinguished efforts to foster the development process. He also said that Egyptian workers are capable to continue the development process to build a better future for the country. And we are joined again by Mr. Rauf Ghaffar to continue our conversation. And Mr. Ghaffar.
Yes.
Yes, sir. In his remarks yesterday.
I heard what you said. Yes, of course.
Yes.
Workers are, as I said, the most important factor in the process of development and production.
Yes.
Egypt has the human resource in Egypt is the most important and valuable resource. They are always praised. They are always honored for the work they are doing, whether men or women.
Yes.
They have been there all through the different phases of development. The Egyptian worker has the ability to learn quickly, and therefore they are trained to do their job, and they are doing great jobs. This is why our president has honored them and praised their effort and wished them well on their Labor Day, of course.
Yes. In his speech yesterday on the occasion of May Day, President Sisi said that Egyptian workers are actually capable to continue the development process to build a better future. How would you comment on the contributions by the workers in Egypt in the development of the country?
They have, as I said, they have been doing a great job.
Yes.
And they will continue doing that. They are, as I said, they learn quickly.
Yes.
And they don't spare any time or effort to help their country. We have been depending on them in all fields. I mean, we're talking agriculture. Workers are always there. We are talking industry workers, of course, are essential. We're talking any kind of economic development needs human resources and workmen and work power. and they are there. They are well trained. They have done a great job so far, and I have no doubt they will continue, and they will always represent the major pillar in the development of Egypt.
Indeed. Sir, what are the steps, in your opinion, that Egyptian workers need to improve their status under the pandemic circumstances?
Well, I mean, we have, of course, all of us have to take all the precautionary measures, but we will always continue to work. And I am sure that the workers are no different from other people. They are continuing their sacred mission in developing their countries.
Yes.
But they will always take all the precautionary measures to prevent any, God forbid, problems caused by the pandemic. So we will work in parallel, taking all measures and precautions in fighting and in combating the pandemic, but in the same time, we will continue. I'm talking in the name of the workers. I mean, our job, and we will continue our work, and we will participate positively in the development of our nation.
Yes. Mr. Ghaffar, what hardships face African workers during the pandemic, and what are the means actually to alleviate them?
I did not hear you well. Please repeat the question.
Yes, the hardships that are facing the African workers due to the repercussions of the COVID-19 pandemic, and how we can help to ease these hardships.
I mean, as we said repeatedly, Egypt, Africa, unfortunately, was hit hard. And maybe Africa is not rich enough and do not have the resources that other European or American countries have. So they have suffered more as far as the pandemic is concerned. But Egypt has not failed to supply our African neighbors and our African, all African countries in general, with all the possible help, whether medical or manpower, to help them fight. We have spoken and asked financial institutions to help in the development of African countries. We are now convincing the producers of the vaccines to make more quantities available for the Africans in general. So I mean, Africa has suffered more, but I'm sure that with the interaction of African countries together, they will manage one way or the other to overcome and to continue the production and the development of the African continent in general.
Great. Sir, what economic sectors have severely suffered during the coronavirus pandemic?
Unfortunately, the transport, of course, aerial transport, particularly aviation, tourism, have been very highly affected. In general, I mean, the retail business, a lot of businesses have suffered in different percentages, but some of them, as I mentioned, a few have suffered terribly. But as we feel, unfortunately, wave after wave of COVID-19 is hitting, but we have the confidence that things will get better soon enough, and business will be back to normal, maybe, hopefully, not long. So, I mean, of course, a lot of people, a lot of countries have suffered, and some of them have managed to sustain, and some of them have not. But eventually, and hopefully, everything will be okay, and things will get better, and development will continue, and all the businesses that have been closed or shut down will resume and conditions globally will get better, and particularly what is interesting to us
Yes.
in Egypt and Africa. Hopefully, we can see signs that things are getting better by the day.
Yes. On the other hand, Mr. Ghaffar, many specific economic fields have recorded gains. What are the sectors whose workers have felt economic upturn after the COVID-19 pandemic?
If we are talking Egypt, I mean, agricultural production have gone higher. We are talking exports for again fruits and vegetables from Egypt. Oil and gas again have developed a little bit. Some of the sectors to sort of make up for what we lost in the other sectors.
Yes.
So these were the two main sectors that managed to keep the balance in favor of the positive development of the economy.
Indeed. Mr. Raouf Ghaffar, our economic expert, always a pleasure to listen to your precious input, always a pleasure to have you with us, sir. Many thanks. And with that, our dear viewers, we come to the end of this edition of Africa Today, where we have been shedding light about the Labor Day celebrations, which was marked yesterday. And indeed, in the occasion, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi greeted the workers in Egypt and thanked them for their great efforts for the better future of the nation. I'm Mahisi Rabia. Many thanks for watching.